don't do it. Don't do what? Don't reach for certainty while everything is crumbling. I know that it's tempting. I know that the way that we've been taught and kind of programmed and indoctrinated, and just the way our nervous systems are built, we want to reach for something certain. We want to feel safe. We want to know that the ground under our feet is solid. So I totally get that, and that belongs. And it's not right now. It's not. And we don't want to rush the unveiling. We don't want to rush the crumbling. We don't want to rush the heartache and the illumination and the realization and all the really hard stuff that's happening right now, because it belongs to, right? Like, it belongs to. And so I see a lot that, and I love that people are having this awakening, right? This is a gift of the North Node in Pisces that we've been in, right? It's like people are feeling the call to seek a sense of contentment, right? A lot of people are going back to church, finding some kind of spiritual practice, right? Getting into like maybe metaphysical things, right? The energy of the seeker has risen, right? And it's a beautiful thing. And we don't know what we don't know, right? And so oftentimes when we get that initial stirring, right? Some people call it kind of like a divine discontent, if you will. That resonates with me. We go searching, we go seeking, which is a beautiful thing. Like, that part of us that seeks is so innocent, so pure, and so beautiful, and deserves presence, attention, and devotion. Always, right? And we don't know what we don't know, right? We don't know the box we live in until we're outside of the box, right? We don't know the echo chamber that we're immersed in until we're outside of our echo chamber, right? So we often will go seeking within within what's known, right? Maybe this is church for you. Maybe this is the religion of your childhood. Maybe this is some political party, right? And I just say all that to say not to discourage any of that, but to tread forward with our discernment intact, right? Because a lot of these systems and structures that we've come to rely on are changing. They're going through immense transformation, right? And they need to. They need to. Transformation is needed. It's a time of transformation on the planet. I think that's a general consensus, right? And so, and what we have not been good at up until now as a species is tending to the hard parts of life, right? Like, we're not really great at endings. We're not really great at grief. We're not really great with like cleaning up our mess after we've started wars or sent people off to be soldiers, or whatever the case, right? Like, we're not good at the aftercare part. You know what I mean? In a myriad of ways. I could really go down a rabbit hole with that, but we're not good at the aftercare part, right? And so that's something that's also changing on the planet right now, is that the people that are stepping into leadership, the people that are stepping into power, not the ones in power, the people that are stepping into power after these people are like kind of crumbling and falling away or being killed or whatever's happening, right? They have a different energetic makeup, right? Like, they desire a better world. They not only desire it, but they hope and they dream and they believe that it's possible, right? And so that's the important part, is that they have the vision for a different kind of planet, a different kind of government, a different kind of system, right? One that actually benefits people, one that actually has humanity's like highest interest at heart, right? I don't think that's like too much to ask for. And so that's what's asking to be birthed right now. That's what's asking to be birthed. And in the meantime, we have to kind of death doula, if you will, the old way, the old world, the old systems, right? And so in the middle of all that, as the foundation that we thought was built on rock begins to wash away with the current, and we realize that it's been built on sand, it can be so tempting to reach for something that feels really solid and really stable and really true. And if it is giving you comfort and that sense, then absolutely go for it. And don't cling too tightly, because that's another thing that's asking to be transformed, is we grip so tightly. This is our fear of endings, our fear of death, our fear of, stuff being over, right? Like just we as humans, like we grip so tightly to stuff, not just physically, but like mentally, emotionally, like we have this like vice grip on stuff. And so it's like just kind of like holding it all loosely, because it's going to look completely different in a year. It's probably going to look completely different in a month, right? It's a very fast-paced world we're living in right now with a lot of changes. And the most important thing we can be doing right now is tending to our nervous system. I know that probably sounds crazy to people that are especially busy and very scheduled, right? And those are the people that need to hear this the most, right? The most important thing that we can be doing right now is tending to our nervous system, right? Is finding a sense of ease and comfort and safety that comes from within us, right? It's beautiful to have outside inspiration and help and support. You need your friends, you need your spiritual community, you need your whatever communities you have, your recovery communities, whatever they are, right? And that stuff doesn't have anything on like the great wisdom, the truth, the great reality, as they call it in AA, right? That lies deep down and within, right? And like in the last analysis, it is only there that it can be found, right? And so it's like when we navigate life with that intact, connected to that, some people call it your soul, some people call it your spirit, some people just call it like centered in your consciousness, like whatever verbiage you use is like doesn't really matter, but like coming into yourself in a way where you feel embodied, present, and regulated, right? Because when our nervous systems are dysregulated, when our brains are literally being hijacked, right? Like when we're in a fight or flight response, when we're afraid, when we're angry, when we're worked up, right? We're like in a trigger response. Literally, this is like neuroscience, okay? The part of our brain that critically thinks, that weighs long-term consequences to things, that connects with our emotions, right? That questions things, like that part of our brain literally is offline when we are in that state, right? So when we're consuming news and media and we're freaked out and we're afraid and we think we don't know who we can trust and all that stuff, you are not in control of your nervous system and you are incredibly influenceable at that time. Right? And so it's like when we're in that state, we want to be very, very discerning. I mean, ruthlessly discerning with who we give access to our energy, right? When I'm in fear, overwhelm, anxiety, whatever it is, I'm in a dysregulated state. I don't want to turn on the news. I don't want to turn on some doom and gloom person. I don't want to turn on some like wackadoo or whatever, right? It's like, I don't want to receive anything from life until I have like my center intact, right? Till I feel like I'm centered, content, grounded. Like these are my words that I use, right? Because in that place, I'm connected to my God-given gut instinct, right? Like all humans, we all have like built-in intuition. We have like built-in bullshit barometers. We all have this. Most people don't know how to wield theirs. They don't know how to use theirs because their nervous systems are dysregulated and hijacked because we're not taught how to do this. And we're not taught how to do it on purpose, but that's another video, right? So the most important thing we can be doing right now is tending to our nervous system. That way, when we engage with life, we're doing it from an embodied, grounded, and fully regulated place with all of our gifts and powers, if you will, intact, right? And what I mean by that, like our powers of observation, our powers of discernment, our power to critically think, to question, to run stuff through our filter of like, does that feel true to me, right? When our nervous systems are dysregulated and we're in fear, overwhelm, trauma, anxiety, we don't have access to those parts of our brain. Literally, the body is like diverting blood and oxygen and resources from the front part of the brain back to the limbic system, which is like fight, flight, freeze, like it's reaction, right? Like it's anatomically scientific, right? Like that's what's happening in our bodies. I just got hair between my teeth. Does that ever happen to y'all? Anyways, So yes, I think I'll just leave all that there and say that you're doing a lot better than you probably think you are. This is an incredibly wild and exciting time to be alive. And we're all here at this time for a reason. I personally believe that we all chose to be here at this time on the planet. And we have to make a point because wherever our attention goes, our energy follows, right? make a point to spend times and devotion and focus, presence, right, on what's beautiful, on what's pure, on what's sweet, on what's innocent, on the things that make us want to get out of bed in the morning, right? We've got to like balance it all out. Is it a sobering moment in humanity, in human history? Yes, it is a sobering moment. The waking up is always very sobering, right? But it is so worth it. It is so worth it. And there are so many people that are doing it also, that we are doing it together. We have each other's backs. And so, yes, yeah. Happy, I think it's Aries new moon today, and I hope this message finds you well. Give yourself a hug, go outside, put your bare feet on the earth, and I'll see you next time.